Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Stellaris. A sad state of affairs today, as what is left of First Murder, which is indeed barely a third of what's set out, so confident we could take down the Unbidden, has indeed limped back to port, damaged, battered, in desperate need of repairs, and with basically nothing to show for it. We may have done a small amount of damage to some of their fleets, but barely any at all. We took far more than we gave, and we have found out that if we want to storm that area, it is defended by several 100,000 of strength. There is no way we can go in alone. Today, ladies and gentlemen, well, first up, we need to fortify our borders as best we can. I've decided to research the defense platform. Kind of been ignoring it so far, but apparently it can be done in 4 flipping months. So the bare minimum, we can see if we can try and, completely militarize our southern borders. We've got our civilian ships over here by the tiles to see if these guys are advancing north. Our best bet is if someone else does the heavy lifting, in particular the United Rechthalar, the biggest, strongest empire in the galaxy, with the exception of the Fallen Empires, who don't really count, because I think they never really seem to want to get involved in this business. So we've got a Fallen Empire over here. So actually, eventually, theoretically, it might be nice if, the Unbidden would just kind of go this way. They'd hit a Fallen Empire, and the Fallen Empire would maybe be able to actually destroy them. I don't know. But really, I'm more interested in the fact that over here, the Rechthalar, they've kind of come in and set up some territories dotted around here. They are... what are they doing to this world? You're not Rechthalar, you're just bloody snakeoids. I'm not sure if they're coming in and they're setting up protectorates or something, because these are... what are these? It doesn't actually tell me, but they're not... oh no, they are pre-sentient. Right, okay, so why is this area marked as yours? Are you acting as a protectorate for a pre-space age people? Possibly? I mean, if so, that could actually work, because then they might actually decide to run into trouble with the Unbidden. If these guys mobilise, I don't know how big their fleet is, but it's got to be pretty bloody big. Because if I look at this, their fleet power is superior, naval capacity is superior. It doesn't say overwhelming, though. It just says... well, I'm not sure if it actually... I know it says overwhelming there. I'm not sure if it actually can say overwhelming when it says fleet power, but... The problem is they're kind of xenophobic isolationists, which is a bit of an interesting one. Ooh, hello! A strange vessel. That's intriguing. I'm almost surprised we've run into something new over there. Yeah, mysterious aliens, the Daleth aliens. Sure, why not? Go and get on with that. Go on, off you pop. Let's see what it does. Ah, defense platforms are underway. Good. And now we just need to improve better and better space platforms. This strikes me as a sensible idea. Ooh, kinetic weapon damage. No, go for the defense stations. Just keep producing better and better defense stations. That strikes me as a very good idea. Now, at the bare minimum, we do have the advantage that we can get our fleet back up to strength relatively quickly because we've got all of these planets and all these advanced star systems. So, let's get some more stuff. In fact, what even survived? What's actually left? Nothing but 30 cruisers. So the destroyers were basically taken out. So the destroyers are not even worth bothering with because they just kind of all went down immediately. So really, we just shouldn't bother with destroyers anymore. We should just have the cruisers, because the destroyers clearly could not stand up to what was going on there. So, alright, let's build the capital ships back up here. I know that will take up quite a bit of money and take quite a bit of time as well, but it does feel like... well, our battleships don't really seem to be where the power is. I think our power lies in the cruisers. But let's get just a handful of battleships here. We need to rebuild as soon as possible. In order to do that efficiently, we are going to be needing, let's get cruiser assembly yards built across the galaxy. Everyone, get on cruiser assembly yards, please. And in fact, while I think about it, before we get into building battleships here at the Brightest Quack, let's get rid of, let's get rid of the destroyer assembly yards and replace it with battleship assembly yards, because if we're going to be building multiple battleships, minus 10%, that will literally have paid for itself in the first few battleships. So let's make sure we can produce battleships here cheaply. Okay, there we are. Now we've got battleship assembly yards ready. That is a lot cheaper to be producing. Beautiful. Okay, all across the galaxy, the fleet is now being rebuilt. The Unbidden, meanwhile, don't seem to... oh, hello! The Jahabalids appear to have been split into two. Well, this is Bloody hell, lads. Oh, there's the Confederated Jaharbaled provinces. And then there's... What even are you? The bloody hell are you? You're the Confederated Jaharbaled provinces. Oh, this is nice. Triptit's coming along nicely. They've entered the Iron Age. Then we've got the Jaharbalid League, the United Jaharbalid State, the People's Front of Jaharbalid. Bloody hell. Oh, we actually do have the United Jaharbalid. Oh, no, wait, no. You're protecting... Guys, this is not the time to split up. And there's more combine over there. Guys, this is not the time. This is not the time. The Unbidden literally want to eat all of everything. And here we are straight away. We've got through to unlocking the fortress. This is what we needed. Big, deep space fortress installations. Yes, now we just need to keep the money flowing in as quickly as possible. In fact, now I think about it, now that the fleet's back in dock and thus the energy situation is well under control, we need to go over to policies. I don't think we need the Grand Fleet right now. No, no, no. What we do, however, need is the droning optimization. There we are. Get that droning going. Dig, baby, dig. All right. The fleet's being rebuilt. What else can we actually do here? Ooh, apparently there's this planet that's in our area. Are we allowed to colonize this? We could, but it's terrible. Right. If we colonize like crazy, then we will increase the fleet capacity. We can come back with a bigger fleet. Not enough to do it on our own, but enough that we at least stand a chance of helping out a coalition against the Unbidden. Like here, Haduthis 3. We always said Haduthis 3 was a good place. Habitability... The Bilnock could come over here. Yes. Haduthis 3, the Bilnock. Where do we have plenty of Bilnock? Because they all moved en masse to Elthir, didn't they? Yes, I believe they did. So over here on Quack Prime... Yeah, look at that. It's basically nothing but Bilnocks. Just a few ducks hanging around, but they don't really like being here, to be honest. Yes, nothing but bloody Bilnocks. So if we just kind of get a colony of Bilnocks ready to go over here, this could work very, very nicely. So, over here on Quack Prime in that case, build yourself one colony ship. And who do I want? What is that even? Repugnant. Apparently these guys are repugnant. Maybe they smell slightly, I don't know. Here we are. This seems like a good sort of thing here. These lads will be happy in Tundra, fanatical materialists, xenophiles, intelligent natural engineers. These guys strike me as the perfect lads to go over. You, get on the colony ship when we're ready to go here. Now, this is interesting. Sentient AI dangerous technology. Maybe we shouldn't actually do that. Making AIs into researchers rather than things of study. I'm not sure that sounds like a good idea to us, but research speed plus 10%. I tell you what, we've already got the Unbidden here. How much worse can it get? Okay, Haduthis is ready to be colonized, and even though the ship's coming from the other end of the galaxy, that's not how it's calculated. The colonization cost for influence is calculated off where is the nearest planet full stop. So it only costs 30, which is nice. So we'll send you over to there. You will love it here. You can be there. That's a nice little spot right in the middle. Yes, you can have that name as well. And you can do that in 2 jumps. Very well done. So yeah, we're moving them to the other side of the Empire. But it doesn't take much influence because like a different world was nearby. Which doesn't make sense to me. Like I would have thought like the cost for colonization should be higher if you're moving people miles from their home. And lower if it's close to their home rather than just there being any planet there full stop. But, what have you. Meanwhile, over here in Dothan, on the far end of the Empire, again, nice easy one to colonize and tropical world. So habitability is going to be nice and high for, well, pretty much everyone. The Kithri would actually love it over here, which is interesting. The Kithri would just take to it like ducks to water. So we could move, let's move some Kithri over here. Why not? We've got them in the Empire. Why not actually use them for something? So, one colony ship. Let's get that on the move. And again, all of these guys have a massive preference for the tropical. That seems to be standardized. It doesn't change much. Unless they go to post the Kithri through genetic modification, they seem to be basically okay. Now, what principles ought to go to the New World? Because, of course, whatever these initial colonies have, they're likely to pass it on to the others. So I want these guys to not be collectivists, for example. I'd like that to be got out of their system. I tell you what, this would be alright. These guys are nothing but basic pacifists, but not too extreme. Yep, we're going to go for you. So you lot are going to form our new colony. Lovely. Meanwhile, over here in Gurum, another potentially, well, it's a very large tundra world. Again, that might actually be most suitable for Bilnox, to be honest. So, good news, Bilnox lads. We are giving you yet another world to go colonize. Materialist Xenophiles. Perfect. See, every single one of these new colonies not only gives me new planets, new populations, it also gives me new spaceports, and spaceports are a jump in my fleet capacity right away. I need every little bit of fleet capacity I can squeeze out of this game right now. Alright, this beautiful world over on Dothan over here. Yes, colonize that with our beautiful Kithries. They bloody love this sort of world. They will be thrilled to be here. Fascinatingly, the flipping Bilnox are now up to 17% of the entire population. That's very, very good. I don't mind that at all. I welcome the Bilnox with open arms. Apparently they're repulsive. I don't care. I'm nose blind. Here we go. Guram II is also ready to colonize. Send the... No, you're already moving. Send these guys. Send these guys who actually like this kind of slightly more cold world. Next up, oh my goodness, the flipping Bilnox are expanding north. They didn't used to have all of this. They're actually growing again. Are they getting stronger? Their fleet power is inferior, naval capacity is inferior, but it's not pathetic anymore. They're friendly and everything. I like these guys. Fortresses. Oh, I like this. I quite like one of these. I'm not sure why we haven't been building these previously. Oh yes, these are quite good. So you can build like crappy little stations that, you know, probably we shouldn't even bloody bother with. Then we've got these bigger lads, and then we've got the massive lads, yes. Yes, I like these. And of course, we can put our advanced bomber wings everywhere. Everywhere, bomber wing. I don't even know, what's the point of the fighter wing? Like, what does it actually do? It does damage of 24 over that. That does 24 over the same period of time, but also does shield and armor penetration. So... And yeah, there's 8 of them. They're strike craft. There's 8 of them. They're strike craft. They've got a slightly lower cooldown, but they do less damage. Accuracy 100, accuracy 100, range 8, hull points 13, hull points. What's the point of the fighter wing? It seems to do like just like a faster firing, lower damage, but the damage per second is the same. So I don't understand. Do you know what? We'll leave like a few fighters in there, but mainly I want bombers because I just like the idea of bombers, really. And then the other stuff we can build on this thing is, oh, we can shield it to all hell. That I like. Well, let's just quickly shove some... Oh, wait, hang on. We don't even need to. Ooh. Ooh-hoo-hoo. Okay, that's just the hangar. We don't even need to do that. Yeah. Okay, hang on. Heavy weapons section. Yeah, that works for me. So let's actually have some kinetic artillery in this girl. Yeah. And then let's have some flipping Gauss cannons. That's the stuff right there. Now, obviously, we're going to need a fair little bit of power. So we can just, like, half power it right bloody now. That's okay. In fact, all of these are, yeah, they're all the bloody same. So that's all right. And then just shove flipping shields on this thing like crazy. Oh, yeah. This thing has got a ton of shields. And then we can have... What can we have on it as the thing? So all the stuff you can have on battleships. But you can also have proximity mines. So ships in the field, 20% chance per day, ignoring 70% of armor. Can't be dodged. Okay, well, you know what? We definitely want the snare at least once. But we'll also have those prox... Actually, you know what? We probably should have the destabilizer. Yeah, that's actually really, really quite useful, in fact. But the mines... Yeah, let's have the mines. The mines strike me as fun. Yes, we'll totally have that. That is our new defense platform. If we need to, we can build them. They're a little bit on the pricey side, mind, but I'd say they're pretty bloody good. I mean, being able to do 150 damage a second, that is impressive right there. Okay, the new colonies have jumped up as well. Beautiful. And obviously we can give all of them spaceports for an immediate... Immediately it just jumps for... Why can I not afford that? Oh, because I literally can't afford a spaceport. Time, if you wouldn't mind just speeding up for a second there so we can get some more money in. There we go. More fleet capacity. That's what I need to be seeing, getting up towards 400. The Grand Fleet is back in effect as well, so we can really start growing the fleet now. Here we go, Sentient Combat AI. This seems useful. Manipulating a sentient AI's fear of death to make our ships better. This all seems like an excellent sort of thing to be doing. You know what I think? The two worlds of the Kithra at this point are probably pretty much ready to be moved over into a sector. I don't think we necessarily really need them to be part of our world. Actually, if I move them into a sector, do I lose the fleet capacity? Let's actually check that. That's actually a thing that is worth knowing, so I don't know that off the top of my head. Manage this here sector. Now, if we move this in... No! The fleet capacity is not gone down. Even if it's in a sector, it's still 100% fine. So, you're going to move over into that sector. It just felt like they didn't need to be really directly managed any longer. It felt like we were under control. Okay, just doing some rejiggering down at the bottom of the Empire there. Like, now we've reunified the Empire, there's no need for this to be two separate sectors. So I've just merged all of these into the Far Bill and given that an actual governor as well. So that's a bit more kind of better organised at this point. Ring sections appear to be... Wait, who the heck is building ring sections? What the heck is going on? Science ship? Could you just go and just survey? Requires a scientist. Oh, are literally all my scientists dead? Yeah, head over this way. Just head out from your border post. You've got a long way to go, by the way. Head over there and figure out what the bloody hell is going on with flipping ring worlds. Who's building ring worlds? Who's got the technology for that? The Ganlarevs, yeah, the other Ganlarevs, the very far one, non-aggression pact. Yeah, let's make amends with them. No need to be mean to them. What do we just finish up here? A Xenozoo. That's intriguing. What does that do? That does happiness plus 10%. Yeah, I'll gladly take one of them. Lovely. I've been trying to solve an energy crisis for a moment. I've realised what's bloody happening. Which is the Bill of Progress is suffering from a flipping separatist strike. Of all things. Right, okay. Apparently something's got a bit out of control there. Yes, for whatever reason, the Bill of Progress have got themselves... What do you even want? You want an independent Bill of Progress? I mean, why are you guys so unhappy? You seem to be basically happy. You've got a Paradise Dome. You've got everything you could want. Are you worried about the whole kind of clone army thing? It doesn't even live on your world. Right, let's replace this. Something else very, very special. A Xenozoo. Happiness plus 10%. I'm giving you a zoo. You see? You've got to be happy about that. Alright, send in a kid to go and govern them as well. Little kid, young guy. Yep, Eyes of Ivory. He'll presumably help chirp them up a little bit. Though admittedly, it's going to take months for the Xenozoo to be ready, unfortunately. And potentially, unsurprisingly, of course, up here... The beacon of flipping stability, this was, of course, a fallen empire, who I kind of was a bit dismissive to earlier. I probably shouldn't have been. So yes, Ring Worlds. Ring Worlds, that's very, very cool indeed. I like that. Albeit, kind of Ring Worlds that feel like they've sort of disintegrated a little bit. I guess that's what it means by fallen empire. Yeah, irreparably damaged, whereas this bit still seems to be fine. Fascinating. There we are. The Xenozoo is present. Now, you've got to like the Xenozoo. You've got a Paradise Dome and a Xenozoo next to each other. Or is it? No, that's the Paradise Dome. Okay, they're pretty close to each other. How can you possibly not be happy? You gits. The happiness is literally the max that I'm allowed to have on this world. Because I guess possibly because I forced you onto a tundra world when you weren't really supposed to be here. That would probably be why, yes. Still, on the plus side, the strike is over, at least for the minute. Maybe it's just time to turn the droning optimization off. There we are, as we apparently have a massive power deficit right now, which is a bit concerning. You know, interestingly, across all this time that I've just kind of been working on trying to reinforce and save the Empire, hello, trade deal offer, yeah, star charts for star charts, that's absolutely fine. The Unbidden seem to be slightly struggling to advance, despite the massive fleets that they've got. Like, the tiles are being very slowly squeezed, and to be honest, we're actually very close to actually having an actual border with these guys, which is a little bit concerning. But they don't seem to have actually been able to push in to the tile anymore. Like, they've pushed the borders back, but I don't think they've actually taken over any more systems, because I've had my kind of ships over here keeping an eye on that. Like, they've pushed back one of the kind of the Jahabadid a little bit, but not much. They don't seem to have had much joy at all, kind of pushing back any of these worlds of the United Recthalar. If anything, the United Recthalar has expanded further. I'm just not quite sure the Unbidden are actually quite the threat that I thought they might be. If anything, I'm starting to think we might have actually significantly overestimated them. I mean, maybe we don't actually need to worry about them as much as I have been.
Science ship under attack.
Uh-oh, science ship under attack, I just heard. Yep, that science ship's long since dead now. And that means that unfortunately the Unbidden are continuing to invade into the Tile Confederacy. And that means we've got no choice but one last desperate roll of the dice with the new fleet. If this doesn't work, that's it. Tragically, I think we are done. We need to recruit ourselves a new admiral. Ship upkeep minus 15%. Oh yes, I could really do with that about now. In fact, I've got a major power problem. Lovely. You. Oh yes. That's what I needed to be seeing. Oh, that's nice. We just finished researching all of the hyperlane mapping, so now we can see how the hyperlane people have to move around. And ladies and gentlemen, as it would appear, unfortunately, the Unbidden are continuing to advance, including against the United Wreck Thalar, and they are definitely making progress. We cannot simply outlast them or wait for them. The tiles are being squeezed like crazy at this point. Their fleet power is pathetic, which basically means their fleet has already been lost. Naval capacity is inferior, they've lost their colonies. Technology is superior, but what can they really do at this point? And the annoying thing is, because the Unbidden aren't actually a proper enemy, I can't technically go to war with them, and thus even if I had allies, which I don't, I've learnt the lessons that Commander Shepard in the Renegade should have learnt, which is, oh dear, they're actually touching us, aren't they? Yeah, the borders, we now share a border directly with the Unbidden. A very small border, but they're bloody expanding into the galactic core where even we can't go. Dear oh dear. I think it's time for us to make one final stand. And after that, I suspect we're done. First Murder at 66,000 is as strong as it can be. We are going to move down here to what is presumably at this point the front and head on out. Oh, bloody. We're going to have some problems with energy, by the way. While we're moving out, we're going to need to try and sort out a massive energy crisis. Dear oh dear. Alright, I've built as much power as I can do. Let's see what's going on at the very edge of Unbidden space. Nothing bad. I tell you what, if we can just catch one of their fleets on their own, then we should theoretically be able to take it. But like, if we get literally caught on top of one of their fleets, we're in trouble. Potentially, this is a thought. We might be safer trying to see if we can fight alongside these lads. Like, well, fleet power is, oh no, fleet power is inferior. The Wreck Falar have already been destroyed, though the naval capacity is huge. They've thrown their fleet against the Unbidden and they've lost. If that's true, what on earth are we going to do? Well, I don't know what a Void Shaper actually is, but let's head over to it. It might be a very good way of just kind of baiting them in, really. Right, in we go. We've got an oversized fleet, a massive energy deficit. Let's head in here and see what we can do to these bastards. And in we come. Quickly, quickly, come on. Send out the bombers. It should be a very, very bloody large amount of bombers, by the way. Whatever this thing is, take it out, alright? Just take it out, then run. Go for this bastard. Oh, yes. In front of this massive pulsar with what looks like literally hundreds of bombers sweeping in to take care of whatever this thing is. I don't even know. It's barely even here. It's extra dimensional. And in come the bombers. This thing we can handle. Those things, however, we certainly cannot. Lads. Back off, back off, back off, back off, back off. Oh, no. Apparently, we're still engaged in a fight. We're still engaged in a fight against whatever this thing is. That's, wait, that's just a research station. And then there's a Void Shaper. I don't even know what that is, but I'm guessing it's going to be taken out, well, hopefully. No, it would appear that our bombers have been slightly distracted by, well, one, these bombers have got lost. These bombers over here, however, are heading over to these two fleets, which together significantly outclass us. But we get to fire on them before they get to fire at us. So at the bare minimum, we should be able to do at least some good damage. My bombers will do a decent enough job here. There we go. Bombers sweeping in, zapping their ships. Beautiful. There we go. Hostile. We say hostile fleet engaged. My fleet doesn't really seem to have bothered getting involved yet. My fleet can just stay right at the back here. I've got some long-range cannons going on, but if I can just keep them distracted with my bombers, then maybe, just maybe, we would be able to hold on long enough that we can actually damage their fleet. I mean, it is looking like it's starting to go down, but we're now in range. Now we're in range. We're firing everything we've got. Our fleet's starting to take damage. Oh, we're starting to lose ships. We are starting to lose ships. But I would say, actually, this probably is the right time to pull out. We don't want to get involved with this fight anymore. Oh, no. Look at all of that. Look at all of that there. And then, I don't know what's going to happen to those bombers. I really hope they can find their way home. I assume they will be able to. It'll all be fine. Who else have we got that could stand up? We've got these lads down here. How's your fleet power is inferior, which means they've already fought and lost against the Unbidden. These lads, I'm guessing, you are going to be deeply, deeply in trouble. Yep, fine. What do we do here? Right, we need to nip home for repairs right now. It would appear that even skirmishing with the Unbidden at the borders is not going to work. Even if we could make alliances, which we can't, nobody is left that has a fleet that can oppose these guys. There is simply nothing, it would appear, that we can do aside from make one final suicide run at the portal and then sort of hope, I suppose. We're pretty much out of money. The moment we have any money in the bank, it's immediately dedicated to trying to repair the fleet. The outlying worlds are increasingly looking less and less happy with me, possibly because I'm not properly investing in them. So, Garum Prime, flipping independent Garum Prime already has 5 population supporting it. That's no good. Alright, good. The repairs are done, at least, but we are broke. We're gaining money fast, but bear in mind, even in a world which has actually got the ability to produce cruisers, 765, we need 2 months. 2 months worth of income just to produce a single cruiser. That's with droning optimization. That's with all of my money coming in. Well, we've got nothing better to do. Let's give that flipping mixed AI a go in our cruisers. Sentient combat computer. That gives us, well, we've still got the chance to hit in the fire rate, but we also got ourselves weapon damage, chance to evade, and speed. Sure, flipping go for it. Why not? And forget the ship upkeep. We need something else. We need one last thing. Aggressive, fire rate plus 10%. Unyielding ship hull points plus 20%. Can't emergency FTL out. Yeah, fire rate plus 10%. That extra DPS, you're going to be our new chappie. There you are. Eyes of Honeydew. I know you're a little less experienced, but that fire rate, it's our only chance. And it has taken us years, but we have finally managed to rebuild, well, something. Something at least. It's not a bad fleet. 67,000, that's alright. The problem with it is I know it cannot stand up to what we've got to make it stand up against. The war continues to go very, very badly, albeit slowly, in the south. Increasingly, the Rekthalar, well, they're not exactly being pushed back, but I'd say the Ugardals most certainly are. The tiles are at breaking point. And you may actually just notice, by the way, that there is Unbidden. The Unbidden have kind of technically, I'm not sure how they've even done this, but technically they've like bypassed the Kithri, and they've got a tiny bit of strength right there. They've kind of pierced straight through the bloody Kithri without even bothering with the bastards. The Kithri are pathetic and inferior at the moment. Possibly this is kind of my own fault. I have learned a valuable lesson that when the late game crisis shows up, well, if you went around making wars and making all your neighbours weak so that you could be strong, then it doesn't actually help that much, unfortunately. And now, well, we've just got to take what we've got and move it on. My best bet is one last suicide run at the actual bloody portal itself and just hope that could make some sort of difference. So, we're going to head down there right at the bloody edge of what's remaining of tile space at this point. The poor tiles, I used to think they'd be a threat. We never even went to war. They just died. They couldn't stand up to the Unbidden. They threw their fleet to the Unbidden and were destroyed. 7 battleships, 90 cruisers in this fleet. It's a decent fleet. I just don't know if it's enough. Say goodbye to Duckburg, lads. Many of you may not be seeing it again. And slow this down in case there's any enemies inside this area. The very kind of southern extreme of what's still considered tile territory. In we go. And, well, they've got something. A 1.8 strength defense platform. That is just gorgeous, isn't it? First murder. What exactly? Wait, second murder? You utter cowards! You can't believe you didn't want to get involved in this utter suicide run. Right. The problem is, at this point, I can't actually get round the Unbidden well enough. Because if I try, then they're going to know I'm here. I know for a fact there is an extra-dimensional invader. That's just a construction ship right there. Yeah, actually, you know, I know this is in my sensor range, so I know there's nothing here. So I'm hoping they won't know I'm here if I jump there. So we'll move over there. Got shield harmonics. What else? We're really running out. Yeah, planet sensor range. Sure, why not? We're really running out of research. I think we've pretty much done all of the research. Now, we should see nothing here. We should know if there's things here. Did I just click on the wrong system? Oh, bloody hell. They've got flipping things. Right. No. I was supposed to know that there was something here. Right, okay. So they've just got flipping fortresses around here, and... oh, God. Well, we should be able to take them out. We've got overwhelming firepower, but it's going to slow us down, and it's just given away our position completely. The bombers are coming in. They're going to react and follow us. So their fleets are going to arrive at any moment. If they do, we're utterly screwed before we got anywhere near the portal. So... like, we are technically... this is like, this does actually count as a battle. Where are their fleets? No sign of the fleet yet. That's intriguing. Okay, fine. Well, our bombers are making short work of all of this. One of our cruisers is taking a bit of a pounding, mind. I'm not sure what from exactly. They must have something that's by... okay, one cruiser. One cruiser being damaged is not the end of the world. We're fine. And now our bombers are swinging on this main station, so that main station is going to go down very quickly. I think we might lose... I think we might have lost like one cruiser, then I think we've like lost like a little bit of strength. But nothing... ooh, that's nice. That's nice. If anything, we might have lost some stuff to the flipping... I think these count as mines, don't they? Because they've got the red around them. I don't know if that means that there's a minefield there. That's down 6.5. Shields down. And main fight going down too. Where's that? There's the fleets! Right, we really need you to be finishing this off, like, now, lads. Because, can you just... oh, God. Those fleets are... well, they're keeping their distance, which is good. They're keeping their distance, which is marvellously good news. But I really need you to finish these lights off. Because if these guys officially enter the battlefield, we're utterly screwed. And then we'll have to emergency FTL out, which is not what I want you to do. Right, prepare to pause the moment this battle is technically over. And... okay, pause. Now, lads, just get out of here. Back out, alright? Do not be involved in this anymore. Right, go. Those are my orders. My orders are to get... the bombers just got kind of like flung out and then flung back. Right, lads, prepare to warp. Bombers, I'd hurry up and get back in the hangar. I don't know what happens to bombers that get left behind. I've no bloody clue if that means I actually have to rebuild the bombers or not. I don't know. Yeah, we lost 2 cruisers. We lost 2 cruisers and we didn't get sucked into that combat. You know what? That's probably the best possible scenario, really. First murder, in pretty good shape. Very small minor losses, but nothing major. What we should probably do next is... bloody hell. Like, we know there's been... things all over. Like, I think they just build these bastard machines everywhere. That means we really struggle to, yeah, military station. There's military stations everywhere, and that's really limiting what we can and can't do, because every time we move into a new station, we get sucked into that. The question is, yeah, what the hell are we actually going to do? We just need to get round the south of Zyrak, but we're not in a good position to do it. Okay, we haven't seen trouble here before. Warp over there and see if we can just get over there and then get back out again in a bloody hurry. What's the situation around here? Okay, good. So, because we haven't warped in on top of them, we're absolutely fine, because that means we don't get involved. These guys really well fortify their areas, mind. Right, warp is winding down. That means we need to find a new target. New target, or a target. I sound so aggressive. We're not really finding new targets. We're just bloody desperately trying to survive. This is, well, technically doesn't actually belong to them, which makes it probably the best of a bunch of bad options. Let's move over here and see what the hell's going on in this area that technically still belongs to the United Rekthalar. Right, hello, what's going on in here? Are you guys still actually friendly and stuff? Not that friendly, it's just they haven't actually taken the planet. They fortified this area, but they just didn't take the planet. So, apparently there's still defensive armies here. Okay, so that just means they are kind of, technically it's not taken, but, you know, there's no control of the space. Now, that is no good at all. Right. And, oh, whoa, what? What fleet? What are you talking about? Why am I getting involved with... Oh, no. I think something just warped in literally on top of me. Okay. There are worse things in the world that can happen. Because that means they're warping in and I get to get the first shot in on them before they can do anything to me. So, oh, whoa, the bloody hell. Okay, the moment I start seeing damage going on, I probably ought to get out of here. Oh no, it's bloody 16-15. Come on, guys, we need to probably get an emergency warp out of here at some point. Our bombers are... What is happening? Oh, they just warped in on top of us. Oh, we're being destroyed, and I can't even retreat, because now I can. Yep. Beautiful. Well done, lads. It's mainly our dead guys there floating in space. Beautiful. And we emergency FTL'd over here to Sapia. That does not strike me as a safe place to be, but I guess it's safer than flipping anywhere else we are. What even is this thing? Go and get this thing. Let's get revenge. We need to initiate a special project to learn this. No, just murder it. I want it dead. I think the Admiral died. No, the leader's dead. Maybe he committed suicide because it was more honourable than accepting this utterly humiliating defeat. Good news, however, for Triptit, they've built a printing press. Oh, meanwhile, the Unbidden have just kind of stepped up the offensive in the south. They are basically, at this point, utterly squishing everything before them. We are, well, I think, unfortunately, we are pretty much done here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it would appear we are in trouble. That there is literally everything I had. That is pretty much the biggest fleet that I could field. That was technically probably a slightly bigger fleet than I was able to field. So next time, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's the end. And unfortunately, we will have to set our affairs in order and watch the tide come over us. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd. And this has been Stellaris. Thank you very much, and goodbye. We're going to build a large green park as a memorial to the bloody place that wouldn't stop burning down. Oh gosh darn it, the building next door is just catching fire instead. Can I just kind of demolish a church or something to make room for it? Because I will. Then next to the magnificent city hall, a giant statue of me